Welcome to our mini class. So we'll start seated. You can sit in a chair or on the floor, couch, or wherever you're comfortable. And we'll start with a little bit of a breathing technique. So we're working to balance the emotions in our classes this week. And to calm anxiety, we're working with grounding, being in the moment, and focusing on the breath. So we'll start with a very particular breath technique called Shitali breath. And in this breath, we're breathing in through the tongue or around the tongue and breathing out through the nose. So the in breath, two options. So one is if you can curl your tongue, you're gonna do this and breathe in through your tongue. And then the exhale is through the nostrils for both versions. If you're not a tongue curler, since not everyone can do that, I've found out, you're going to bring the tongue to the front, to the back of your teeth, and breathe in along the sides of your tongue. And then you'll still exhale through your nose. Inhale, exhale. Again, it could be the rolled tongue or bringing the tongue to the teeth and breathing in along the sides of your tongue. There's also an optional head movement. So in this optional head movement, as you inhale, you would lift your head. And then as you exhale, you'd lower. Like that. You can try that breath and see which version is more comfortable for you, either or for the breathing in. The exhale is through the nose, and you can choose to do it with the head even or lifting on the inhale, lowering on the exhale. And when you lift, you're not pushing your head way, way back so that you're looking at the ceiling. It's more like coming from a forward position up to neutral or slightly above and going from there. So we'll do a number of breaths to be comfortable, and you can start whenever you're ready. Now returning the head to a neutral position. Take a few normal breaths, breathing it as you normally would, and notice any effects that you may feel from doing that breath technique. And if it's new to you, it may be that you're so focused on the breath that you don't necessarily feel much different. But as you get more familiar, you may feel a little bit more of the effect of the breath. So just taking a moment to notice what has changed, if anything. So when you're ready, you'll come to stand. So coming to Tadasana, or mountain pose. We'll work with the feet to wake them up and bring our attention to the earth. So starting by rolling the feet in and out. So you're twisting, kind of rolling the ankle, inversion and eversion. The term, the anatomical term for the movement. Great. And then find an even place where your weight is evenly over your feet and the feet aren't rolled in or rolled out. And you can look down and see that your ankles are lined up over your feet. And that may be a little unnatural for you. If you tend to roll in or tend to roll out, you have to use different muscles to find that aligned position for your feet. And then let's rock forward and back, coming onto the balls of the feet, rocking onto the heels. You can lift your toes as you rock back and slightly lift your heels as you rock forward. So it's just a little weight shift. Make sure you're breathing. Don't hold your breath as you do the movement. Great. And then let's lift up onto the toes, lifting the heels a little higher. And then sink the heels down, bend your knees. And then lift again. Sink the heels, bend your knees. And once more. And then come back to neutral. Take a moment to notice your feet on the ground. What are you aware of as you bring your attention to your feet? And we'll take a step forward. So you can step forward with one foot and bend both knees so you feel some stretch in your back ankle. And take a couple of breaths here, sinking into that back ankle. And then leaning forward to bring your hands onto your front knee, step that back leg back so that your heel is pressing toward the ground and moving that stretch up into the calf area. And then stepping onto your front foot, you can bring the top of the back foot down and just let the leg hang there to get a little stretch in the top of the foot. And then toes down, heel forward to stretch the arch. And then lifting and circling the foot and giving it a shake. And then we'll work with the other side. So a little step forward, bending both legs, weight is over the back leg, feeling the heel press down, a little stretch in the ankle. And then bending forward, bringing the hands to the knees, step your back foot back, press the heel down, and see if you can feel that stretch a little higher up in the calf now. And then stepping onto your front foot, let the back leg come toenails down, and let the leg hang to feel some stretch in the front of that foot. And then toes down, heel pressing forward, stretching the arch. And then lift and circle one way and the other. And then give it a shake. Great. And then come back to the center. Rock onto the balls of your feet and then back to your heels and let slightly more weight rest in your heels. Let your arms hang down. And imagine that your legs are roots going deep into the earth. So you might imagine from your sit bones at the bottom of the back of your pelvis, 2 long ropes going down from the sit bones to the heels like roots. They go down, down, down into the earth and then spread out underneath the earth to create a wonderful, firm foundation. As your roots go down, just like a tree, your trunk lifts from the center of your body, feeling of uplifting, and even the crown of your head feels like it lifts and opens. And if you like, you can bring the arms up to symbolize the crown of the tree, the branches reaching out as you press down into your heels. Take a few breaths, feeling that aliveness. Our breath literally feeds the trees, and the tree's breath literally feeds us. And then slowly release the arms down. Bend and straighten the legs a few times. You can shake the arms. Just give everything that little shake. Just let everything be floppy and shake, 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 shake. And then coming back to Tadasana. Let's take the arms and lift all the way up overhead. Bring the hands together and bring them down in front of the heart. And we'll move into tree pose from here. You can shift the weight to one foot, come onto the toes of the other foot and rotate to take the knee to the side. You can either leave your foot on the ground or lift it to the ankle or calf, or reach down and guide your foot to press into the inner thigh of the other leg. Lift your heart into your hands. If you lose your balance, just come back into the pose. Maybe choose another version that's easier for you to balance in, or you can use a hand against the wall or a chair. It's always okay to use a prop to help balance, but if you can find a way to do the pose, maybe it's keeping the toes on the ground where you're working a bit with balance. You're not relying on a crutch, but you're not falling out of the pose every couple of seconds. So when you're ready, you can lift the arms. Big breath in and then exhale to release back to mountain pose. Take a moment to feel yourself grounded here. And then we'll lift, breathing in. Hands come together and coming into the heart. Shifting the weight to the other foot. Rotate the knee to the side and come into whichever version of the pose suits you. You want to avoid pressing against your knee in general, which can be problematic for the knee joint. Above or below is best. And pausing here to breathe. Again, if you keep losing your balance, just come back into the pose or choose an easier version where balance isn't quite as challenging for you. As you're ready to come out of the pose, you'll lift. Big breath in, exhale, and release back to mountain pose. Find your feet on the ground, roll in and out with the feet, and then find that perfect, balanced, aligned position. Rock forward and back. And again, find that balanced position so the whole feet receiving the weight evenly. A little more weight into the heels so you can feel the legs engage and that lift that comes when the body is engaged and really present. Now let's take the arms to the sides and lift up. We'll come into a forward bend this time. Bending your knees, exhale and release forward. Let your head release, neck release. And then inhale and come all the way up, finding a lift in the heart. And then exhale and flow forward. Go at your own pace. And this time when you come forward, if you like, you can stay either with the hands or elbows on the knees or reaching down toward the ground. Wherever you are, try to let your head release down so that you can really let the neck release. You're not trying to look forward or look anywhere. In fact, just hanging out in that forward bend for a few more breaths, whichever version suits you. Feel your breath, feel your feet on the ground, and be as present as you can in this very moment. You'll come all the way up, breathing in, reaching up overhead to bring the palms together, bringing the hands down in front of the heart. Feel your heels. Feel a lift through your trunk, up through the crown of your head. And feel how you're connected to the earth, connected to the heavens. And we're connected to one another even when we're not physically present with each other. Through our human birth and our spirit, there is a deep and abiding connection between us. As you take a few breaths, see if you can feel that connection, maybe bring into mind a loved one or two. Let your mouth come into a smile. Feel how your heart expands when you bring into your mind someone that you love and care about. And then bowing to your higher self, to that love connection, and to all of us connected together as we say namaste. Namaste.